Hey, what's going on everyone? It's your boy Redstone IX here. Welcome back to another command block tutorial video. Now today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do potion, flower, and plant commands in Minecraft. Now the previous one I did was potion candle command, so if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Link will be in the description down below after you finish watching this video. And what I mean by today's video is that these commands will allow you to, well, have certain flowers and plants give you special potion effects when you're over them and such. Now, before I go into more detail on what those commands are into making this work, you know the drill. Make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that guys, let's begin today's video. Okay guys, so here are all the commands right here. So it's just one command for each planet. I got several different examples you can do here. And as always, all of these commands here will be in the description down below so you guys can copy and paste them into your world later on. Now, let us begin. So first off, as always, I'm going to demonstrate how this works. So let me flick all of these commands on so we can get down to it. So, first we got is poppies. So when you stand on those, you get regeneration 5 for 2 seconds infinitely as long as you're standing on top of it, as you see here. And of course, when you step off them, you lose that boost. So next we got is the blue Orchid, I believe. And this one gives me speed 5 for 2 seconds, which can be pretty handy when getting around and such. And obviously, if you think the speed is too powerful, you can always lower it, but I'll explain that later. So now let's move on to the Dandelions. So with this gives you haste 2, which can be good for mining up blocks when need to in certain situations. Next we got is the Oxeye Daisy, which gives you a temporary levitation 2 boost for 1 second. So it can help you get to higher places just as long as you're not in anywhere dangerous, like off the top of a cliff and that sort of thing, because that you would take some massive fall damage. And next we got is the which one is this? The Alluim. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And this one, hold on, let me do time set midnight, because this one actually gives you night vision 2, and you get that for like an additional 20 seconds. Which can be pretty handy for seeing in the dark and that sort of thing. So now, let me do time set day and let's move on. Next we got is the red mushrooms. With this, gives you strength 2 for several seconds. So if you're in the mushroom island biome and you're surrounded by mushrooms, you'll be hitting quite hard against mobs as long as you're standing on top of one of these bad boys. Okay, so now let's move on to the brown mushrooms. So if you stand on these, you get resistance 2 boost for several seconds, which can help you withstand a good amount of hits from mobs as long as you're standing on top of these. Okay, next we got is the crimson roots. Now if you try standing on top of these, you'll actually get instant damage, so watch out for these kinds of plants right here. Okay, now let's move on to the warped roots. So when you stand on these, you get jump boost 2 for several seconds, allowing you to jump higher to places. Pretty much just as good as like the Oxeye Daisies that give you levitation and that sort of thing. And lastly, we got here are the pink petals, which these give you slow falling 2 for 5 seconds, allowing you to glide safely to the ground, pretty much making you light as a petal as well. Okay, so now that you've seen all this, let's go over the commands into making this all work. So I'm gonna flick all these off right here. And all of these are mostly the same, except you just need to change them to the corresponding plant that you want them to, or flower. Okay, so let's start with the poppy that gives you regeneration. So, what you do is execute as at R at S, if block, and they do 3 squiggly lines like this. They do Minecraft, poppy, then do run, effect, give at S, Minecraft, regeneration for 2 seconds, and forfeit the amplifier, and that sort of thing. And I decided to leave the particle effect so that way you know that you have that effect. It kind of reminds me of the Witherers, because they kind of give off a little bit of particles when you stand on top of those. Okay, next we got is the blue Orchid that gives you speed. So pretty much exact same command right here, except you replace Poppy with the blue Orchid right here. And then you put the speed 2, amplifier of 4 right here. Or you can change that to a smaller number if you want to. Same thing over here, but with the Dandelion that gives you haste 2 right here. Same thing with the Oxeye Daisy that gives you levitation 2 for 2 seconds. Same thing with the Alluim. Again, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. That gives you night vision for 20 seconds and amplifier of 1 right here. Same thing for the red mushrooms that give you strength 2, as you see here. Same thing for the brown mushrooms that give you resistance 2, as you see here. And same thing for the crimson roots that give you instant damage for 1 second and no amplifier right here. And same thing for the warped roots that give you jump boost 2 when standing on it, as you see here. And lastly, same thing for the pink petals that give you slow falling for 5 seconds and amplifier of 1 for slow falling 2, and that sort of thing. And there are many other plants that you could do, but these were the few that I decided to use as examples for the purpose of this video. And yeah, that is pretty much potion, flower, and plant commands in Minecraft. And that, my friends, is gonna wrap up for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next week in the next one. Goodbye!